Hello students, and welcome back to yet another class of grammar. Last class we did the non-finite verbs, the infinitive form. Today we're going to do the non-finite verbs, gerunds. Remember I told you non-finites are of three kinds. You have infinitives, you have gerunds, and we have the participles. So today let's see what a gerund is. Now, a gerund is the verb plus the ing form. So sing, the verb, plus ing will give you singing. Play plus ing will give you playing. Therefore singing, playing, laughing, dancing, etc. The ing form of the verb is called a gerund. Now, when do we use a gerund, or how do you identify whether the ing verb is a gerund? One, you will see that the gerund will function as the subject of a sentence. Now, reading is fun. If I ask you the question, what is fun? You will point out to the answer, reading. Now, reading is doing the work of the subject, but it is an ing word. Therefore, this ing word, reading, is the gerund. In the same way, brushing your teeth is important. What is important? Brushing. Therefore, here again, the ing word acting as the subject of the sentence tells me that these ing words are gerunds. Now, the gerund can also function as the object of a sentence. Many people enjoy reading. Enjoy is my verb. What do many people enjoy? I get the answer, reading. Or, I love watching TV. What do I love? Watching TV. Then reading and watching becomes your gerund. They are the ing words. The gerund can also function as a complement to the verb to be. Now when you say to be takes the various forms. You have have, you have am, you have is, you have are, you have was, or you have were. So when you see any form of the to be, then you know that it is one of the forms of to be. Now, complement means the verb. My first love. Love over here is your verb. But you will find that my first love is. Is my verb. But is what? If I just stop with is, you will find that your sentence does not make sense. So you need to have another word. So here we have ing, the gerund, doing the work as the complement to the verb. Or my cat's favorite activity is. What is the cat's activity? If I don't have sleeping, then is does not complete the meaning of your sentence. Therefore, the ing word over here is again your gerund. The ing can be the object of a preposition. In this sentence, you will find that you have the object of a sentence. We don't have any prepositions here. We just have many people enjoy. Enjoy is your verb. What do they enjoy? Reading. In this case, he is. Is my verb. He is good at. At is the preposition. What is he good at? Painting. So here, the object to the preposition at and ing word, gerund. He is fond of climbing. Again over here, of is your preposition and fond of. So here you have is my verb, fond of. What is he fond of? Climbing is the object. But since you have the preposition, we say it is the object of your preposition. Therefore, gerunds are ing words, either functioning as subject or object of a sentence, complement to the verb to be, and object of a preposition. Remember that when you use the ing word without an auxiliary verb, then only the ing verb will be your gerund. But if I say he is brushing his teeth, then is brushing will become your present continuous tense. Or he is climbing up the hill. If I say is climbing, then is climbing will be your present continuous tense, or was climbing. Therefore, in the continuous tense, you will have an auxiliary plus you will have the ing word. Whereas in the gerund, it's only the ing word functioning in different forms in the sentences. Refer back once again to your infinitives. Today we have done gerunds. In the next class, we will see the third kind, the participles.